What is going on, you guys? Bash and YG here. Hope everyone's having a fantastic week so far. Today we're going to be checking out some of the Splight deck. We actually got some information coming from the OCG that Splight is officially a tier 0 essentially in the OCG land. So we're going to be going over some of the combos that were used in the OCG to go ahead and make this deck as best as possible. We'll probably be getting this deck around I believe September, October time, but when that time comes we need to make sure that we are ready. So go ahead and start picking up some of the stuff now, because I do not recommend waiting for it as we did with, you know, Guardian Chimera, and I'm speaking strictly about myself. But before we do get started, guys, if you guys do enjoy the Splight content, go ahead and leave a like down below, comment down which version you are playing. There is Tri-Brigade Splight, of course, there is Frog Splight, there is Pure Splight. Which Splight deck are you playing? And let me know your deck list down below so I can go ahead and check it out myself. But without further ado, let's go ahead and right into that video. Starting off with combo number 1. Now, very appropriately, the card is named Splight Starter because that's exactly what it is. So we're gonna go ahead start off with the one Splight Starter, and with it we're gonna search out our Splight Blue. Now with Splight Blue and Special Summon, it's actually gonna allow us to go ahead and search another Splight monster from our deck to our hand. So there we go ahead and get Splight Jet from the deck to the hand. Now all these Splight monsters seem to have a very similar effect where they go ahead and special summon themselves, which is really nice if you control a level or rank 2. Now, and they also have special summon effects, which is really nice also. So Splight Jet will allow us to go ahead and search for a Splight spell. So go ahead and get Splight Smashers, which actually gives you a lot of not a lot, but it gives you a good amount of interruption during your opponent's turn as well, allowing you to banish a level rank link 2 essentially from your field, along with one card your opponent controls. So we're going to be setting this towards the end, but for now, let's go ahead to get out the Splight, Gigantic Splight I should say, which is going to allow us to special summon another one from the deck. We're actually going to go ahead and go blue. We're actually going to go ahead and special summon the Swap Frog. So obviously I'm playing the Frog version of the Splight deck, which seems to be the best overall so far, just because it has, again, a lot of synergy with level 2s, rank 2s, link 2s, things like that. So Swap Frog is going to go ahead and activate. We're going to send Rodent Totem first. So I say first because we're going to be sending a few more cards off, I believe 1 or 2 more cards off this. So now that we have Rodent Totem in the grave, we're setting ourselves up to summon Totally Awesome. So we're going to go into Splight Elf. There we go. Activate Splight Elf to go ahead and bring back the Swap Frog as well, so that's really nice. And activate Swap Frog's effect again, which is going to allow us to send another copy of Swap Frog to the grave. And what this gives us is another target for the Rodent Totem. So activate Rodent Totem, banish the Swap Frog to go ahead and special summon Rodent Totem. These names are a lot of fun to say. So then we're going to go ahead and special summon from our extra deck our Totally Awesome. So there we have it there, and then we set the Splight Smashers. Now you might say this doesn't seem, you know, nearly as effective, but we're not done just yet. So essentially we're gonna go and end our turn here, and during our opponent's standby phase, yes, we're gonna activate Totally Awesome. Go ahead and get rid of the Swap Frog. Why not? Go ahead and summon the Des Frog from our decks. So this we're looking at here essentially is we're looking at a negate with Totally Awesome, and then Splight Elf actually has a really cool effect with it as well. So basically, during the main phase, you can, and this is a quick effect, you can special target one level 2 monster in your graveyard, or if your opponent controls a monster, you can go ahead and target a rank or link 2 monster instead and special summon it. So after you activate Totally Awesome's effect, you just have to wait for your opponent to have a monster on board, and you can activate Splight Elf's effect, special summon Totally Awesome again, giving you a second negate on the turn essentially. You can also go ahead and send the Dupe Frog as well. So you do have multiple targets with Totally Awesome, which is really nice. Again, now Dupe Frog, Dupe Frog, sorry, doesn't allow your monsters to be targeted for attacks except this one, so you have a little bit of battle protection there as well. And also, Splight Elf is protecting Totally Awesome and Dupe Frog from being targeted by your opponent's card effects, which is really cool. So basically, you have two forms of interruption: untargeting, protects you from battle, and you have a third form of interruption in the way of Splight Smashers, which go ahead and let you banish a card your opponent controls. So it has 3 interruptions off of 1 card, and you still have 4 other cards in your hands. You continue combo off as well. And note as well, we did not normal summon during that turn, so we can still normal summon. If you want to normal summon Alistair, I don't think that actually works very well, but you, I guess, could. Combo number 2, that's still going to be a 1-card starter essentially with the Swap Frog. In case you draw your Swap Frog and a whole bunch of hand traps, which this deck can run a lot of hand traps. I'm pretty sure in this deck I'm running 14 or 15, but I'll probably do a deck profile in a separate video. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and normal summon the Swap Frog, activate Swap Frog's effect to send out the Ronin Totem. And it's pretty much, it's ridiculous how easily just recycles literally everything. So activate Ronin Totem, banishing the Swap Frog, and that's pretty much what we're going to be doing a lot during this with this deck. It's just pretty much recycling Ronin Totem, sending Swap Frogs to the grave to go ahead and special summon Totally Awesome. It's really, really good. Let's see. So we're going to go into the Splight Elf because it only requires 1 level, rank, or link to monster, and the other one can be whatever. Activate Splight Elf to go ahead and summon out the Ronin Totem again, and now because we have a link 2 and a level 2, we can go ahead and use them to make our Gigantic Splight, which is really, really cool. Then we're going to activate Gigantic Splight's effect to special summon from our decks. Get the Ronin Totem out of here. We're going to summon out another Swap Frog. Very, very exciting. So Swap Frog, again, we'll send another Swap Frog from the deck to the grave. Okay, so my bad on that. I accidentally misclicked and sent the Swap Frog on the field to the graveyard. We don't want to do that. Send the one from the grave, from the deck to the grave. Then go ahead and go activate Ronin Totem, banish the swap, special summon Ronin Totem, and then it's very, very similar to the first combo as well. To where you are still going to have your Totally Awesome as well. You just don't get to bring it back, which is kind of unfortunate, so definitely the Splight starter would be the better combo. But you do still have the Gigantic Splight on here as well. And then of course you already know we're going to go ahead and end our turn, and during our opponent's standby phase, we're just going to go ahead and detach the Swap Frog to summon out the dupe. And there we go again, we still have that 1 negation also. Again, just 1 card, and then we combo off from there. And the last must know combo for today, combo number 3, is going to be the Deep Sea Diva combo. Again, no matter what, you're still going to be ending on at least 2 to 3 negations, or 2 to 3 interruptions, I should say, per combo. So it's really, really cool. So we're going to go ahead and activate Deep Sea Diva to summon another Deep Sea Diva. Nothing too crazy here, and that will allow us to go into our Gigantic Splight. So this Gigantic Splight will then allow us to special summon a Ronin Totem from the deck, where you are not Ronin Totem, Swap Frog from the deck, and then Swap Frog go ahead and send a Ronin Totem as well. There we go. So then we go ahead and use these 2 to go into the Splight Elf. So Splight Elf is basically going to be the one that special summons from the graveyard, while your Gigantic Splight is going to be the one that special summons from the deck. So both really, really useful, and you can go ahead and use them in that same combo as well. Then we activate Splight Elf's effect to special summon the Swap Frog over here. And then we'll activate Swap Frog effect to send out this one from the deck. So let's make sure not to misclick this time. Again, normal frog stuff as well. Go ahead and banish out the swap, special summon Ronin Totem, and then you go ahead and make the Totally Awesome one more time. So these 3 combos are very, very similar, but essentially what we're trying to get at here is that you can make the exact same board with just 1 card in your opening hand. So at the very worst case scenario with this deck, it looks like you're going to be ending on at least 2 to 3 interruptions with just 1 card again in your hand. We don't really need to normal summon for the first one, we do need to for the other 2, so there are potential extender opportunities from there as well. Now this doesn't seem like a type of deck that's going to make a wild board. It seems more like a deck that's going to make minor hits here and there just to interrupt your opponent, and then it's going to do a lot of damage by hitting you with some low attack point monsters. Let's be realistic. The only, I think, heavy hitter you're going to have in this deck is going to be your Gigantic Splight. If it has a Link Xyz Fusion as a material, Then it's going to be able to have doubles. It's actually at 3200. Is really, really nice as well. So your heavy hitters for the deck are pretty much going to be the, again, Gigantic Splight and your AA Zeus Sky Thunder. But besides that, overall, I think this deck is really, really consistent and really, really fun. I would, again, recommend go ahead and picking up your pieces now. We know that, especially with the hype coming in over the summer, I can see a lot of these cards rising up in value that much more. I know Totally Awesomes, when I first picked them up, they were maybe at like 10s, 12s. Now they're up to 30s, 40s for Totally Awesome. They could get reprinted, who knows, but I don't see it happening in any of the future product coming up. Again, I might be wrong, but it's just a hunch. So without further ado, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy the slight combo tutorials for the Splight deck. If you guys want to see more, go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. Again, if you guys liked the video, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe for more. I'll be here all week. I'll see you guys in the next one.